You want a little sponge brush. Now my girl got one of those. Like, you know.
Her hair's too curly for one of them.
She got a weird one. I don't got one like that. It's got like, it's like the swivels. It's not like the circle.
Yeah. I want with like it's a racket.
Hmm?
It look like a tennis ball racket.
I never seen that.
Yeah, I want that one. It'll make it spiky.
Yeah, y'all hair. Cause what's it? Andre always be lifting it up all this. You always be touching, lifting it up.
Andre need a haircut.
I'll be weird. Like, oh, y'all hair, man. I can't stand my hair. I hate it. I hate my hair. I just wish it didn't grow the way it did. I wish it would just stay low. Like, don't grow, stay low.
Why don't you get the bald head?
Cause I'm like, I can't see myself being bald.
Nobody can see themselves being bald.
There ain't no point.
What I'm saying, once you get it, you'll be used to it.
No, I gotta have something in my head. That's one thing. That's why I get something low. You know. All right, we're back in this. See, we live. Yeah, they sound loud.
Sound like it's open.
Yeah, it's open. Cool. So I rushed down here. I thought you said you were outside. Like you were downstairs saying you're outside.
Oh, sorry, man.
Why?
My wife did laundry today, so I had to run my work, man. Sorry.
You had the ortho, did you? So you basically just came first. You went home first, and then you came here.
Yeah. I hate taking a shower.
We live. Yo, what's going on, you guys? It's your boy Alex Thomas here, sitting here with my boy John. We're back at it again with another episode of Nerd Talk. It's been like 2 months? 2 or 3 months. The last time we did a video, we talked about the Avengers breaking the box office, and now it's about to be on Blu-ray. So it's been a minute since we did this.
3 months.
It's been like, yeah, close to 3 months.
Yeah,
Okay.
it just came out.
Yeah.
And
We ended it.
for like 2 weeks.
Yeah. We ended it in beginning of May, so it's about to be August. So yeah, about 3 months. We had a little hiatus because we've been going through a lot. Obviously, I got 2 jobs now. My boy John got a son and a wife, so he got 2 lives to worry about. So I wasn't really trying to. I let him focus on his life and everything. You know, obviously I had a lot of stuff going on with me. I was out of a car for a whole month, and just a lot of stuff was going on around this time. Yeah. So we're trying to get back at it. It's gonna be hard. We gotta try to get our schedules mixed so we can do this more often. A lot of stuff happened over the summer that we gotta talk about. Obviously, Ant-Man came out, The Incredibles came out. A lot of stuff came out that we didn't get to talk about. We have seen those movies. We obviously enjoy them. We'll probably go down within the future and do reviews on those later because we don't have time to do it today. But a new trailer dropped today, and that's Venom. And we're going to give our thoughts on that as well. Obviously, some other trailers came out, like Godzilla, Shazam, Aquaman. We're going to talk about those as well. But we're going to talk about this Venom trailer because it just got released. And I liked it. I liked it. I had to watch it a couple times. I probably watched it like 4 times already.
I watched it twice.
I like the special effects. The visual effects of Venom is pretty good. My favorite scene is probably when Venom is coming out of Eddie Brock's body. You see like the symbiote. That's like straight out of the comic. Yeah. It kind of made me feel kind of happy that they're doing stuff like that because we've never seen that before. So maybe that's why I like it a lot because it's something we've never seen before. Like we got a little hint of Venom in Spider-Man 3, but that we don't talk about that. Yeah, overall I like it. I like the voice. You hear more sound like Tom Hardy obviously doing another voice. I don't know. I like the humor as well. I guess you can see that Venom is gonna be a wisecracking guy as well. So
yeah, I do like the humor a lot.
What do you think?
I thought the trailer was pretty good. I don't think I like it better than the first one. Yeah. Not the first one, but the second trailer. Yeah. The second trailer. Because the second trailer, it was very mysterious.
That's the first time we got a shot of what
it
looks
like.
Yeah,
it was very enigmatic. I would have been happy if they just left it at that. But
no, they have to show it. I think they're gonna show another trailer, but I really don't want. I think this should be the final trailer. This should be the final trailer, but it's hard to say that because we're only in August. We still have 2 whole months. I think we'll probably get one more, but I really don't think we need another trailer. Yeah. We already got 3.
Right.
And even though they called this trailer number 2, we had 2 trailers already. Yeah. We had a teaser, then we had the trailer, and then it's the second trailer. I don't think we need any more. But Sony, they love over advertising their movies, like they've always done with every single Spider-Man project. Yeah. I don't know. I even with we had no hint of Spider-Man. Obviously, there's no Spider-Man symbol on him. We obviously get another symbiote. I think that's going to be the Riot symbiote. They have all different types of symbiotes. It's not Carnage. They're not calling it Carnage. We probably won't get Carnage until probably the next Venom movie or in Spider-Man, hopefully. But there's no hint of that. My guess, end credit scene Tom Holland might be the end credit scene. I don't think he's going to be in the film. I think he's going to be in the credits.
I think Carnage is going to be the end credits.
Yeah.
Not Carnage himself, but the symbiote, the offspring of whichever one.
Yeah, which symbiote is going to be?
Is in the comics is Carnage is the offspring of Venom, but
they're probably changing it.
They're probably going to make it an offspring of Riot.
Yeah, they're going to change it because obviously with the whole Spider-Man MCU deal, they want to. And obviously, I don't think they want to announce anything yet. They want to see how this goes first before they announce any other things going on with this project. So what if it doesn't succeed? Then they can just scrap it. Okay, we did that Venom movie and that's it. They can easily do with a tag at the end. It don't really mean anything. We've seen movies like that before, where they've done end credit scenes or they've done a hint to a sequel and they never make a sequel.
Right.
So. I mean, a lot. They can go a lot with this movie as well. I mean, I'm excited to see it. I mean, especially the week it comes out, nothing's really coming out, so it could be a smash hit and go left or it can go really right. Who knows? Next on the agenda, we're going to talk about this Fox and Disney deal. I'm going to go ahead and pull it up as well.
So if you haven't heard, Disney has accepted Fox's offer. And it has been approved. So we are one big step closer to it being all said and done.
Yeah, but now they have to get approved from the international market that has some Fox brandings.
Right.
I think it's all of the sports stuff. I think that most
pretty
people
much
have to get approved.
It's like 80%. The deal is like 80% done.
Yeah, Disney,
the
shareholders, they voted they'll allow it's like a $71.8 billion deal.
Yeah.
Comcast was bidding on like 65 million or something like that, and Disney said no. We got 71 million to give you guys. You guys gonna turn that down? I don't think so.
Right.
But right now, with all the superhero stuff, Kevin Feige can't tell us anything because nothing's really has been set in stone yet.
Yeah.
So, well, right now, as we know, Disney merger has been approved. We don't know anything else like that. Like we said a couple Nerd Talks ago, we talked about this before, when it feels like they have it, but right now, this really feels like they have it.
Basically, all they can say is that the merger is going to happen. However, it's still not official. It's still not in the books.
Now, what do you think happens to Dark Phoenix and New Mutants? Do you think they get put on the shelf? Do you think they get they're
too far along in production?
Yep.
I think those movies are pretty much done.
Yeah. Well, they pushed back Dark Phoenix again to February of next year.
But it's done.
I mean, we've seen projects where they've done it and they scrapped it. I mean, if anything, they'll push it back or come out another time. That's happened before.
But I'm saying, like, obviously they just doing reshoots.
Yeah.
But like the bulk of the movie is pretty much done. I didn't know they pushed it back to February.
Yeah, they pushed it back again. So
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised either. But it just makes me a little worried that maybe it might get put on the shelf, or let's say they finish it and this whole thing goes through by the end of the year. They just say, we're just gonna reboot the whole X-Men franchise. I mean, let's say they usually can release them and then say this is it. Like this could be the end of the whole Fox Marvel deal and everything.
I think a reboot is inevitable. I don't want that to happen because I like the cast they have now.
Right.
Because I can see them growing up into the characters that we know
Seeing
and love.
the original X-Men, yeah.
Yeah, but I think a reboot is inevitable. Um, and I think I mean, they're pretty much gonna do what they've done
Now,
in Fox already, and just cast fresh faces.
do you think they should? In my opinion, I think they should go with the Civil War route, like what they did with Spider-Man, where it's like, oh, they tag him in like a big movie. Like, let's say, okay, I think for one, I think Kevin Feige wants to do Fantastic Four first. I don't think he wants to bring the X-Men first. So let's say you bring in Fantastic Four, but you only bring in one character to branch off that of the other characters.
I agree. I think Fantastic Four is going to be the guinea pig for this deal.
That's the one I would try because we see X-Men have its downfalls, but Fantastic Four is the one that they could never do right. So I think in the hands of Kevin Feige, obviously, see like regardless of anyone say with Spider-Man, Spider-Man was okay, but obviously when everyone says that Marvel revived it, but I think Spider-Man was pretty okay with Sony. It's just they took a little dip a little bit, but it wasn't as bad as like with Fantastic Four with Fox.
I think the thing with Spider-Man is that people had Spider-Man fatigue.
Yeah.
And also the fact that they had rebooted it in less than 5 years.
Yeah. Yep.
So that was a big WTF because they was like, what is going on right now? I think if they had made the same movie, the first Amazing Spider-Man, they had made the same movie maybe 7 years later rather than 5 years later. People would have received it a lot better than they did. Because the first one, the first Amazing Spider-Man is not a bad movie. It's a great movie actually.
It's just when it came
out. I think it's just timing.
The time period was very off.
Yeah, it's just timing, and I think that that won't be an issue with Fantastic Four because people would like to forget Fan Four Stick.
I almost bought Fan Four Stick when I went to see Game Exchange.
How much was it?
It was only $5. I should have got it because I'd never seen it before, but I heard it's horrible. But it's funny because I had the other two Fantastic Four movies. And in my opinion, like for someone who grew up with them, like when I was like only like what 10 or 12 years old when they came out, so it's like watching those as a kid, like okay, they were pretty okay. But now see what we have now, what they can do now was like okay, they definitely better.
I still enjoy the first two Fantastic Four movies. But with Fan Four Stick, the problem I think the biggest problem with that movie, well the two biggest problems were the reshoots. You can clearly tell where they reshot the movie, especially with Kate Mara's hair. You could clearly tell she was wearing a wig in some of those scenes. And the biggest issue was Fox intervening with what's the director's name? I can't remember his name.
I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I drawn a blank, but Fox interfering with the director's vision because the guy that played Dr. Doom said that the director had a fantastic film on paper before Fox had said anything. And he said it's a shame that we'll never get to see it because he had a great story. And I could see where that story was going with.
Yeah, I heard it say when they said like was it how long ago when it said when they got apart from the time frame when they started, what was the gap?
1 year.
1 year, okay, yeah. People say once they made that 1 year gap, you knew everything was different. Like
Yeah.
they changed that whole
It felt like a completely different movie.
That's what made me not really run out to get it because of that situation.
Yeah.
Like I don't like movies like that where we if we jump that far in and it's like we literally learn nothing.
Yeah, the first half was really good. It got you interested, and then the second half was just you just fall off a cliff. But like I said, I think Fantastic Four is going to be the guinea pig, and what I would do is introduce maybe two characters at a time. I don't think they're gonna do that. I think they're
They
gonna.
just gonna bring a new film on
Yeah.
first.
Well, no, well, not necessarily.
I really think they should do like even because it work. They already know it works because obviously they did with Black Panther. They did with those two characters right there. Black Panther and Spider Man were the we knew Spider Man was gonna see, but
Yeah.
Black Panther was the one that okay, we're gonna introduce him in Civil War and see how the audience gravitates to him, and that was really pushed out the marketing for Black Panther.
Yeah.
So I mean, they finally get a hint of how the Fantastic Four will be in the MCU. Why not introduce them into like the next Doctor Strange movie or the next whatever sequel they have coming out? Who say that wouldn't work? Or the next Avengers movie? Who say that wouldn't work?
Absolutely. Introducing the Fantastic Four and Doctor Strange 2 would be perfect.
Yeah.
To see, or even it doesn't even have to be all four of them. Even if they just do Reed Richards.
Right. That's the one character I really want to see.
Yeah.
Because that's what I want to see. Because he's one of the smartest minds in Marvel in general. So him, even team like I don't care if no one says Tony Stark is not dying. They're not killing Tony Stark off.
No, they're not.
So like him working with Tony Stark, I can see that. Next to Bruce Banner, who wouldn't want that, you know?
Right.
So I mean, like I said, I'm pretty satisfied with the whole Disney Fox thing. The only problem I have to say is that it kind of limits a lot of stuff. Like I really hope they do keep I forgot who's the head of Disney, but he said he's keeping Deadpool the way it is. He's not changing Deadpool. He loves the way they're doing it, so he might put that under like Touchstone, like the other brand they have that they could release a little more mature content.
Talking about Kathleen Kennedy or
no, Bob is Bob Iger his name?
Bob Iger? Yeah, Bob
Iger. The main boss of Disney. He's the one saying that he's the one really making all decisions for everything. So like he will figure out what's going on with the whole Fox thing. He'll let Kevin Feige know. Kevin Feige will be everything. Everyone thinks Kevin Feige is the head. No, Kevin Feige has a boss that has a boss. So
Kevin Feige is just in charge of the MCU.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, he has to take order from other people. So that's when we'll find out stuff like this.
Now, granted, they give him a lot of wiggle room.
A lot of leeway too.
Yeah, a lot of leeway because he's been doing this for a long time. Before the MCU, he was still producing Marvel movies.
Yeah. It's crazy. I was watching Spider-Man 2. I see his name pop. I say he was around this time. God damn. Spider-Man 2, boy. But it's funny. It makes us. And then now, I really want them to do like a documentary on the Marvel movies in general.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. For him, for one, he's seen the good and the bad. He's seen the good and the bad, so he knows exactly what works and what not to do. Yeah. So, and that's we're good to DC when we talk about Aquaman. We're gonna talk about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
That's the problem. But that's the problem with DC is that they have something like that that's been through everything with Marvel. That's why the MCU is succeeding right now.
Yeah. With DC, it's constantly a revolving door.
Right.
I think the door has revolved in the right direction this time.
Yes.
But we'll get into that later.
Yeah. Well, since we're talking about it, let's go ahead and shift over to DC. Comic-Con
was great.
Comic-Con passed like 2 weeks ago? Was it 2 weeks ago?
Almost 2 weeks.
Almost 2 weeks ago. They released a lot of stuff. Speaking of Spider-Man, they released the final Spider-Man trailer for the game, and they did it with gold, so it's not getting delayed or nothing, so it's officially coming out. Like, that kind of made me happy. Marquise texted me, like, Spider-Man went gold. It's officially coming out at the day. Usually something happened, they're delayed. It's not getting delayed. It's officially coming out. So, they also released some new trailers for Godzilla, for Shazam, and Aquaman, and I loved every single one of those trailers, bro.
I love them too. They pretty good. Comic-Con released some real good stuff. The Shazam trailer, I want to talk about that first.
Okay.
The Shazam trailer was surprisingly really good. The Shazam trailer was surprisingly really good. I thought it was really funny, and it was a turn in the right direction for DC. DC kind of has a trend of kind of being humdrum, and I think it works for some movies.
They try being too dark.
Yeah, but
Keep that with Batman.
However,
keep that with Batman.
However,
Aquaman.
Aquaman's not gonna be done.
I know.
But however, I think for certain movies, it works.
Yeah, like Batman.
Even outside of Batman, Man of Steel was a pretty dark movie. I liked it like that.
Well, I mean, to introduce the character, yes.
Yeah.
But we don't need to keep seeing the character in dire strain.
No.
That's the problem I had. Well, obviously, it's hard to say with BVS because you had Batman in there, so we had to have some dark elements because of Batman.
Mm-hmm.
But with constantly in Man of Steel, he just felt so depressed and irritated.
He didn't know who he was.
But he didn't look happy being Superman. That's the problem I had. Is every single time he was saying somebody, he looked sad or he looked upset. He looked confused.
Yeah,
and you had an entire movie, and we don't know what's the time frame between Man of Steel and BVS. We don't know. Well, we do know. It's 18 months.
Yeah, 18 months.
But you had that entire time to figure out who you were and what you've been doing. The world knows you're Superman. They know you're Superman. You know, and you still don't understand what you've been doing. You still don't understand.
No, he by the time BVS starts, he knows who he is. It's about the world accepting him. That's the problem.
Right.
It's not that he was trying to find himself. He knows who he is and what he's supposed to do. But the problem was whether the world wanted to
accept what they want a Superman or not.
Yeah, right. You know, like I said, does the world need Superman?
But going back to the point with everything being dark.
Yeah. I'm glad that they went in a completely different direction with Shazam. There were a few parts that felt a little bit too cheesy, like the part where he was trying to fly.
Yeah, the montage basically.
Yeah, the montage. Yeah, the montage was a little corny.
Isn't it? But like, let's say, isn't Shazam basically like Superman? Basically.
Yes.
He has a little bit different powers than
He's basically Superman with lightning.
Yeah. I mean, I would expect this movie to be goofy because of the premise. You have a young kid yelling out Shazam and becoming super. I mean, you can't. I couldn't see that being taken in a serious tone.
No.
I could only see that especially when they hired. This is Zachary Levi, right?
Yeah, exactly.
When they hired him, I said, "Oh, it's definitely going to be a comedy." There's no way there's not saying he could play serious roles. I'm just saying the direction that the costume look and everything like this. There's no way this is going to be a serious movie. There's no way.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think that's the right take to go. I don't think
absolutely. It's the right take to go. However, I have to be real.
You gotta be judgmental too.
I could see.
Put your DC fan going out the door.
I could see them shooting themselves in the foot with that.
Yep. It can get a little bit too jokey when you're like, okay, what am I supposed to care about? That's the one thing when I'm watching Trent, like, do I really care about these people? Like, what is the driven point of this?
Yeah.
I like the little hint that, okay, the reason why he's being chosen because he stood up for his friend, and we see good in him. That's why, okay, you're going to be chosen to be Shazam. Mm-hmm. I like that premise, but it's like, okay, now when he got his power, is he really going to be able to prove that he's Shazam? Like, is he really worthy to have the power? Mm-hmm. So,
we'll see that.
This is only the first trailer. I did like it. I don't know. Some of the special effects was kind of goofy a little bit.
It's only the first trailer.
My favorite shot.
They just wrapped.
Right. My favorite shot is probably when he sheds his hand and the lighting comes down and he turns.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite shot.
That's dope. Yeah.
I don't know. I did enjoy it.
I think the suit is a little too muscular.
Yeah, me too. It looks like he has padding in his suit.
Yeah. I mean, even Henry Cavill had padding, but it looked like
you see Henry Cavill out of the suit. He looks like he's been working out. But like, has Zachary Levi already been in the gym? Like, if I'm someone am I able to put on the weight in the body, I'm about to do it. There's no.
Well, I follow him on Instagram, so like he really did like pack on a lot of weight. Okay, good. But it looks like they added to what he packed on, which I don't think was unnecessary. Yeah. Seeing what he looks like. Yeah. Via his IG. Right. But look, we'll see. Everything looks different out of context. Right.
We'll see how it works within the film, and then obviously they can even touch things up. Like I said, when the movie comes out next year.
When does it come out?
I know it doesn't come out this year.
No,
it comes
this
out next year.
it's
I'm
next
guessing next summer. So yeah, I enjoyed the trailer, but let's go ahead and talk about this Aquaman trailer because that is the newest DC movie that is coming out, the only DC movie that's coming out. They released officially. I thought it was coming out in November. It's coming out in December. I don't know why I thought it was coming out in November. It was coming out in December, around Christmas time.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be basically around Christmas time, and I thought it was dope.
I did too.
I like the underwater scenes, but like I said, like the only problem,
Dude, underwater. Oh my god.
Some of that, but I gotta think about it. It's really hard to really project underwater to make it look real. Like I have to basically believe like, okay, all this is not real, And me as a film buff, I'm knowing, oh yeah, this is obviously fake. So I gotta try to, when I'm going to see it, take that, just throw that out of the theater when I walk in, knowing that okay, this is not real. But I just want them to touch up just the special effects just a little bit, but overall, I enjoyed it. I see you post people like, oh, it's basically Black Panther. Aquaman is basically Black Panther, and you said, obviously.
Let me get to that. First, I'm gonna tell you what I think about the trailer. Mm-hmm. Trailer was great. I love it.
But do you think it's a little bit too long?
A little bit.
But DC trailers are like that. That's a nitpick. I need to stop talking about. They always make the trailers long.
Yeah, but I thought it was great. I give it a 9 out of 10. The only reason I don't give it a 10 is that, like you said, some of the CGI just needs to be touched up a little bit. Black Manta looks amazing.
Yes, that's exactly how the picture looks. I looked at it. Okay, maybe you guys are stepping in the right direction. Now the character.
You know what?
He
looks. They pulled him straight out of the comic book. Like they didn't change him at all. And straight out of the comic book.
And they made me think of they're looking at Marvel. They're looking at Marvel. Like, cause if you really look at some of those characters, they feel like they really took those characters right out of the comic.
A lot of them they changed.
Yeah, but I mean,
some of them they didn't. Because if you look at Captain America in the first Avengers movie and Captain America in the comic book, they frame for frame he's identical.
I mean, you look at someone like
I think he looks stupid.
You look at someone like Loki, like that costume wouldn't have worked 10 years ago.
No. But they changed. They
kind of altered it a little bit. They made it more. They gave more 21st century look.
Yeah, they gave
more leather.
Roll.
Yep, more leather and more high tech stuff. But I mean, something like that with the horns and everything, that wouldn't have worked. Like we accept that more now than we did a couple years ago because of obviously everything we've seen. I mean, even within Thor, I mean, look, we have a guy with a red. Well, even though we've seen a guy with a red cape, but just the whole concept of Thor, we wouldn't have thought that would work.
Yeah.
So I mean, something like Aquaman, after everything we've seen, we can accept that.
I remember a long time ago, before, I think like when I first met you, I told them, before they even announced the DCEU or whatever it's called, I was like, if they do Aquaman, they have to do it like Thor.
Yeah. Yep. And that's why I felt like this will be this is gonna be the Thor of this is basically the Thor of the DCU. Yeah. And he is that character. He's basically in both worlds, have to deal with living in both, and that's what Thor has to deal with, living Asgard, living on Earth, even though now he brought Asgard to Earth. But I like that concept as well. But like I said, I just want a little bit thing touched out. I mean, I don't know. Some of the acting was a little iffy, but I mean, it's a fucking comic book. I don't expect it to be Oscar-worthy performances. Yeah, I highly enjoyed the trailer as well. I had to watch it a couple times too. I said, it's funny because it kept popping up in the ads. I was like, let me watch this.
Favorite part of the trailer?
Favorite part in the trailer? I don't know. Everything Aquaman did. I can't really pinpoint one thing, but just everything he did. Everything he did in the trailer was my favorite.
I have two. The first one was when he dropped down in the submarine and he turned around and said permission to come aboard. That shot was perfection. That was a perfect shot. Like I'm big on cinematography and the way like the speed of the camera, how it zoomed in. I was like, that's amazing. Like
James Wan.
You know? Like that was such a perfect shot. That was such a Aquaman line. Permission to come aboard. Like my other favorite part was I think I think they're like on rooftops, and Black Manta like shoots his laser beams at Aquaman.
Right.
That part was sick. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, that's the one thing I'm excited to see how they're gonna portray Black Manta.
Yeah,
Because that's the one thing. Because a villain like him is like, oh yeah, we wouldn't accept it. Like I said, something like that, we wouldn't accept it. We wouldn't accepted that a long time ago. You know, especially when we got villains like the Joker and stuff like that. We wouldn't accept it, a villain like this. But now that everything we've seen, okay, we can accept this as a villain.
I really hope they don't kill Black Manta, because he's a great villain.
Nah, I don't think he's a throwaway villain. I think he's something like how they did with Vulture. Vulture, they didn't kill Vulture.
Yes.
They obviously know
Yes.
they're gonna. We'll see what they can do with the rest of his what they can do with the rest. I think that they're smart. I think they're smart not to do that again. Is to kill villains, because when's the last? Well, obviously Marvel really have to kill all the villains, but they've been smart to keep the ones that are good. Besides Killmonger, but I think they really need to kill him. I don't think he really. I think that one film with Killmonger was. I don't think we need to keep seeing multiple movies with Killmonger as a villain.
He's in talks to be in Black Panther too, so I don't know.
I mean, he could easily be a Vision or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't think he actually is going to be a full-blown character if they do it smartly. Because I think if they killed him, they killed him. I don't think they need to bring anybody back, because then that would kind of diminish that part when he takes the sword out. They bring him back.
Yeah.
I really, that's why, not giving enough time to talk about Infinity War. Like, really don't hope they really bring certain characters back, because I really don't want them to feel like their death was not meaningful, especially with Gamora. I really don't want Gamora to come back, regardless if she probably will come back in Guardians 3 now that the James Gunn situation happened. But I really don't want her to come back. I'd rather her be like in spirit, like a Vision or something, or like something like that, where it's like, okay, they see memories of her, but she's not actually in the film. Make Nebula more of that standout character now, even though I don't like Nebula that much, but I mean. But
she's alright.
She's alright. She stood out more in Infinity War, but she didn't really have much of a big of a role in Infinity War.
I think she's gonna have a really big role in the next one.
I don't want to say. I don't think because it's funny, they got comic slips of her holding the gauntlet and everything. I don't really think that's gonna be. I think Tony Stark will be the one to have the Infinity Stones. But I do agree with you, because she obviously is the sister that is alive, so she will definitely have a big part. But I do think Thanos will personally kill her. I don't think she's gonna survive though. We'll see. Still no confirmation of what the next Avengers movie will be. Still no confirmation from Captain Marvel or anything like that. I've been waiting, but they didn't have anything at Comic-Con. Marvel didn't do anything at Comic-Con, but they had a little special like a memorial thing. So if you still grieving on Infinity War, you can go there. They had something like that for Avengers.
They had grief council.
Yes, for Avengers.
I don't really know what to think about that.
And it's funny, because if I was there, I probably would have went there, because I'm still watching the movie in awe. I watched it yesterday, right? And my girl Stephanie looked at me, was like, "Why you look like that?" Because I'm still amazed that they did it. Like, just everything, like Gamora dying. Spoiler alert: Gamora dying, the snap, everything. I'm just in awe that it just happened. Like killing Loki the way they did and everything. I was just in awe. Like, still. And I've seen the movie probably over like 20 times. And I'm still in awe. Like, I still watch it like it's the first time I've watched it. And now that the digital HD is out, and they got the color copy in the first, I'm sitting there watching, like, it looks so much better. And Steph was like, "Why are you watching it?" So I can finally watch it in HD. Like, I've been watching the un-HD copy, and now I get to watch the HD copy, and I'm just still in amazement that they pulled Thanos off. They had the fight between Thanos and Iron Man. Doctor Strange was so much of a standout.
Yeah.
Like, everything just worked. And like, I think about when the Russos first directed the first Winter Soldier movie, and now thinking about they were going to direct Avengers 3, and worked. Marvel, well, Disney alone, keep them guys around, man. They're going to make phenomenal film for you guys. Keep them around. I want them to do I want them to do a Star Wars film. I want them to do a Star Wars film so bad, because I know they would do an amazing job, man.
Yeah.
But on to the next note. I want to talk about this Godzilla trailer, because I've been watching it, and I love that trailer, bruh. I really do. I love that trailer. I don't know
That
why,
trailer
but
is
I
dope.
love it. Like,
That trailer
I'm sitting there
is
on the say it just
dope.
seems so awesome. It's funny
That
because
trailer is
the next time we're
dope.
gonna get monster on monster action, but we don't even get that. We just
You
see,
just see the
a
you
montage
just
of
see-
every single monster,
Oh,
and it works so
my
well.
God.
I just feel like it's gonna be a big disaster
Okay,
film
alright. I
with the monsters, bro. I swear.
I'm one of the few people that really liked Godzilla.
Yeah, I like the
The
you
first
the first
one,
one,
yeah.
the one that came out like 2014.
Yeah, 2014.
Yeah, I like that.
I really liked it. Did it have its problems?
Yeah.
Yes.
Obviously, not showing enough Godzilla. That's
Not-
the only problem most people have.
But no,
and saying
how-
it was
how-
kind of slow.
however, the third act rectified that.
I mean, people will say that, but not really. I mean, what was
It
it?
did.
It
We
was like
saw-
a 10-minute fight.
We saw a lot of Godzilla in the third act.
That's
like
true. That's
we saw a lot of Godzilla for like the last half hour of the movie.
That's true.
So really, I like how they built up that intensity.
Yeah, that's basically was the plan. They were
Yeah.
gonna build up the we finally get this. We know they basically had us on our tippy toes, like
Right.
waiting.
And then what's his face? I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name. Ken Watanabe. Is that his name? Is that his?
Yeah, that's
That's his name.
yeah.
Yeah. When he said let them fight, I was like,
You
yes.
talking about the Asian guy from Inception? Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Godzilla looked amazing in that movie. He looked like Godzilla.
Yeah.
Like he looked exactly like he did in the Toho film.
Right.
But he looked real. Like he didn't look like. They didn't make him look like a dinosaur.
Right. They made him look like a big giant.
He looked like
reptile
his
monster
own
thing.
and it was, oh my goodness, he looked amazing. The only problem that I have with the movie was Aaron Taylor Johnson's character.
Yeah, I didn't like
That's
the
the
character.
only. That's literally the only problem I have.
And you know
with
what's
the movie.
crazy that those two characters, obviously Elizabeth Olsen is in the first one too. Those characters end up playing brother and sister.
That made
in
me a
Avengers.
little bit.
And then when I was watching, I said, "Oh, you guys gonna be?" Because they're a married couple in
Yeah.
that film. And then all you
Yeah,
guys
'cause
are
that
gonna be a
came out
married couple.
before,
Yeah, it came
yeah.
out before. And they're like, "Oh, you guys are gonna be an Avenger. You guys are gonna be a brother and sister." It's kind of
Yeah.
off. It kind of threw me off.
Yeah, it made it a little awkward.
Cause I didn't see. I seen Godzilla after I seen it. I didn't see Godzilla when it first came out. I saw it after.
Yeah.
I watched it when I bought it on Blu-ray. So that threw me off. But I do agree with you. Aaron Taylor Johnson. He's just not a strong actor. He's really just not a strong actor, especially if he's the main character. But overall, I want to talk about the newest Godzilla trailer. Like I said, it just looks fantastic. I love the colors. Like it's basically the first one was red.
This
This one's blue. There's
Ooh.
more blue, and it's just,
It's
it's
so
funny
good.
because they're hyping everything. It's all slow, and then when Godzilla comes out, and then the music starts, it just works so well. Like I said, it just feels like it's gonna be a big disaster film.
Long live the
And
king.
it just works. It just looks so epic. That's why I love it. But it just feels
It's big.
so
Like the
epic.
movie feels big.
Yes. It that's not going to be a huge. And the only problem that I have that when this is coming out is that we got to look forward to Avengers 4 as well. So it's like it's got a big hitter to come against. But it's like, is people really hyped for this film? Though that's the one thing I'm questioning.
If they keep putting out trailers like that.
That's true. That's true.
They keep
That's
putting out
true.
trailers like
That's
that.
true.
That is.
And they're giving us what we want. We wanted to see more of the monsters,
Yeah.
and now they're showing us that.
Yeah, that's one of the best trailers I've seen in recent years.
Yes.
Like that, it does everything a trailer is supposed to do. Give you a taste of the movie, let you know what's going on without giving you the storyline.
Yep.
It does everything. It's supposed to wow you, and it's very intriguing, and it's visually pleasing. Like that trailer, just the look of it is like.
Yep.
They really took their time with this trailer.
Yep. And I like all the character choices they picked, the actors they picked for a film.
Millie
Bobby Brown. I mean, she's actually a producer on this film too. If you didn't know that, she actually is a producer on this film.
I'm not surprised.
I can't pronounce the main chick. She's in The Conjuring. I can't pronounce her name. It's like Vera something.
Oh,
Yeah.
Farmiga.
Yeah, I can't pronounce her name ever, but I just know her face because she's literally been in a lot of shit.
A lot.
It's funny. I was watching The Departed, and she's in The Departed. And I forgot. Like,
Yeah.
oh, she's in this film too.
Yeah.
But she's a
young.
good choice in that too. And then I forgot what the main guy is, but he's always playing a role like this because a movie I remember is from not Stranger Things, Super 8. Like he's the dad in Super 8. So like he's always playing a character like this where he's like he gotta like do something like this. Or he was in Wolf of Wall Street.
Wolf of Wall Street.
That's the last thing like he was in that I remember. But
the first thing I saw him in was that TV show from like the early 2000s called Early Edition.
oh yeah, I remember that.
He would get the paper from Tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, that was the first thing I remember seeing him in.
But yeah, I think that's a good choice. I think he
Friday Night Lights. I think that's what he's most famous for.
He was on that show too.
Yeah.
I remember he was on something.
Yeah,
he was on a TV show.
Yeah, that's what he's most famous for is Friday Night Lights.
Right. Well, I think he's a good choice too. You see, Ice Cube's son is in this too.
Mm-hmm.
I think in the trailer they're hinting at obviously the same commando from. They're obviously trying to push the King Kong movie too because they have a little squad that what they was called in there that they kind of hit in this trailer too a little bit. That I really do think the showcase of Godzilla we're really gonna be getting this King Kong and Godzilla fight. But that's what this movie really gonna showcase. If he really can fight Godzilla, if he can fight all these monsters, he definitely can fight Kong. He can definitely fight Kong.
I think like the epitome is gonna be destroy all monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think what I would like to see in that movie is kind of do what they did in BVS. Don't have them fight at the very end.
Yeah.
Have them fight
throughout the film.
have them fight maybe throughout the film or just one big time in the middle, and then have them team up to just kill everything.
Yeah.
Like that would be dope.
That most likely would be the angle, but it's hard to like. So a movie like this, you call it Godzilla, and we wants to focus on. Obviously, Godzilla is gonna be the hero. He's obviously the hero, but we gotta focus on the human character. So, like something like it's different with BVS is that those are human characters.
Mm-hmm.
So, like with something like Kong versus Godzilla, is like I feel like they will save it for the end. Like they will be the end fight. But then obviously they figure out.
Like
okay,
I would just
fighting,
I would love to just see them tag team and just. Oh man, like I'm getting excited.
It made me excited as hell. I probably seen the trailer a lot of times. I just watched that. It's just hearing the music and everything. It's working so well. Like I don't know what's up with opera music and epicness, but I love that. I love that so much. Like I wish
that,
Marvel would
you
do
know
that
what?
more.
That's probably my favorite thing about the trailers.
Is the music. Yeah, the music.
The music for a trailer like this, you would traditionally hear
the Hans Zimmer thing, bomb, 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 that shit.
Some
dark
dark
amber music.
Yeah,
not nothing opera. Like
this
that
music,
it felt more.
This music was very optimistic and hopeful.
Yep. It did feel that music definitely felt. Well,
it's like we know that the world is.
The trailer starts off with that we are in terrible danger. We are in danger. We are endangering our planet. Like that's this is like I said. This is gonna be a disaster
the end of
film.
The world.
This is gonna be a disaster film, bro. Like even obviously we see concept of the trailer. We see the fucking. Basically Washington D.C. in dire stray. I really hope that's not a fucking dream, because I got a feeling it's gonna be a dream sequel or something going on. I really hope it's not a dream sequel. It felt like that was a dream sequence.
I hope not. But yeah, it fit like the trailer is it's literally the end of the world because all of these monsters are waking up and destroying everything. And then here comes Godzilla to say, no, I'm the boss. Like I said, this is my planet.
You were saying about cinematography. I feel you though. I'm a big fan of that too. Like even the shot of you see, I don't know the monsters by name, but you see the one with the long wings and he's like flying over the houses and he's like literally destroying the houses. Like he's literally destroying the houses as he's flying over.
I can't remember his. I know his name. I can't remember his name. But you see him. You see Mothra.
Right.
You see King Ghidorah. I'm
talking about three-headed monster.
Right? Yeah. I'm
Even when, not even
Most
that, the
excited
shot when you
for
see the
Hero.
silhouette in the ice.
Yes.
You see the silhouette. I said,
Yes.
"Oh, okay."
Yes.
They really took.
I'm
They
most
did
excited
their
for Hero.
they did their medicine or they did their information. They did their research, but they really did a good job. Even like the silhouette of everything. Like you see the silhouette of that
We might
monster
have to watch
at the
that
end of it,
when we're
and
done.
it looks fantastic. I didn't know what to say. Like I was watching, I didn't know what to say.
We're gonna watch that after this. That's gonna happen.
But yeah, I freaking love that trailer. I probably watched it. I told Nate about it. Nate said he watched. He said he thought it was okay, but I'm like, I freaking loved it.
Man,
I loved it, man.
We're not gonna talk about it. No, because we have conversations. You know, just like me and you talking right now, and like some stuff. For most of the time we agree. 75% of the time we agree. But you talking about the nitpickiest of the nitpickiest. That is definitely
we've had conversations talking about that too.
That is definitely
like we talked about the DC situation.
Like Justice League.
Yeah, he said he really doesn't like Justice League.
And I completely respect that. There are a lot of people that don't like it, but it was the things that he didn't like. I was like, that's a nitpick, bro.
Yeah, that's a little. Yeah, I think he did tell me one thing. I'm like,
I was like, he didn't say anything about the characters or, or the storyline or the cinematography. Like it was like this little stuff that's a problem in even the most successful Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Like just little stuff. Like, come on, man.
Not like we ain't gonna get into a big Justice League thing, but
I feel like he had his mind made up to not like that movie.
But I think that is the truth. I think once especially with we had BVS, we had Suicide Squad, and then obviously Wonder Woman was like, okay, maybe we got hope. But then when Justice League came out, there was really no hype over it. Like when Marvel was doing
that's because it went through so many changes.
Exactly, that's true too.
Wonder Woman went through minimal changes.
They barely went through any changes. Yeah, they didn't change directors. They didn't change the script. They didn't go through reshoots all like that.
They had a few reshoots, but not
all big budget superhero movies had.
Yeah, they didn't have as many as
BVS. They basically had to redo everything. I mean, they even changed the color palette of Justice League. You look at one of the they compared the trailers together and it looks the different color palette. Joss Whedon came in and said, no, we need to make this brighter. That's what he said. Yeah. I mean, that's what I could think he would say. We need to make this brighter. We need to make it more appealing for people to watch. And with like I said, my problem with Justice League is obviously the villain. The villain is trash. But just it coming out was you guys are I told Nate, I said they just moved too fast. They moved too fast. They tried to push it out as quickly as they possibly did when they really need to take a step back and like, hold on, maybe we need to redo things. And like I said, they gonna get shot in the foot saying they copying Marvel, but Marvel, they did it right. I mean, and they did it with characters that wasn't supposed to be successful, like Captain America and Iron Man.
Iron Man was never supposed to be successful as
no.
A lot of people didn't even know who he was.
They just knew he was a guy in a red. They didn't say whatever color, but a red and yellow suit. Yellow suit.
People recognized him by look. They didn't know his name.
Right.
I know him.
Right.
But I like who is he? What does he do? There was a lot of that when Iron Man came.
People don't even know what his main powers are.
Now everybody knows who Tony Stark is.
Right.
Everybody knows who Tony Stark is.
And and you're right. But DC has the three main superheroes that everyone knows by name.
They should have just did the Trinity first, and then did Justice League. And they didn't have to have 6 leaders. They could have did it with 5.
They could definitely do it with 5. They could definitely did with 5.
Because once you establish the Trinity, you just introduce
all they needed
Green
was
Lantern and Flash, and then there you go.
Yep.
You have the main 5.
Yep. Even
though you don't have all the founding members that were in the comic book, you have the 5 that you see most prominent.
And so I told everybody, I think they shot themselves in the foot. I really do. Like I love the Christopher Nolan trilogy, and I think they really shot themselves in the foot with that great trilogy because they could have literally used that. They could have used that and branched off because technically Superman wasn't known, and like as we see in BVS that Batman's been around for a long time,
20 years,
and Superman is just now showing up. So obviously that kind of works. It works.
It could have.
We had this conversation before, but it kind of works.
when they announced when they when no not when they
Batman.
When they announced Batman vs
is,
Superman, I said that they can use Christian Bale because a lot of people like said no the tones don't fit. I was like, if you look at Man of Steel and Batman Begins,
it's the same,
they're the same movie.
Just with
different characters
and different things happening. It's all told non-linear.
Right. It's non-linear. It's the character trying to figure out who he is, trying to understand his dichotomy in the world, trying to understand who he is as a human being and who he is as a hero.
Right.
They going through great loss and great gain at the same time. Like it's literally the same movie.
Yep.
Just with different heroes, like you said.
Yep.
They could have used Christian Bale in the same way that they used Ben Affleck.
And it's funny because they literally replaced Batmans in the same universe. They could have did that again. They could say this is the same Batman, it's just a different actor. We've seen that already with Batman Returns and Batman Forever. They recast Batman, but it's in the same universe. We know that because they reference other things that happen in the other movies. So they could have easily just did that, but only difference that Christopher Nolan wanted to keep that trilogy as his own, and he didn't want nothing to I really think he didn't want nothing to mess up that continuity. That's what the one thing he didn't want to do, because he didn't know the DC was going to be. Obviously, they did the Joker and everything. And
do you think had he known that Batman was going to be in the game 20 years, if he had known that going into Man of Steel, do you think he would have allowed Batman to
be a part of that? It's hard to say that because
I don't think so.
I really do think that Heath Ledger's death really changed his aspect of doing the rest of the Batman franchise, because we all know at the end of Dark Knight, we know the reason why he doesn't kill the Joker. He know he wants to keep the Joker. He intended to have the Joker in the next movie, but that Heath Ledger dying, it kind of flipped everything, and he had to redo a whole new story.
Right.
So I really didn't think I do think he wanted. I don't care what no one said. I do think Christopher Nolan wanted to stay in superhero game, but I really didn't think he wanted to direct anything anymore. So I figured he'd say, okay, let me finish off this Batman trilogy, let it be its own thing, because like he always said, he wants to take place in the real world. He wants nothing supernatural, nothing unearthly in that franchise.
But
if he would have known that the DCU was going to do what it did, if he knew the DCU wanted to do what Marvel did, I'm sure he wouldn't have did that. Mm-hmm. If he would have known from the heads of DC they was going to do a plan like Marvel, he wouldn't have did that. He would obviously they would know, okay, we want to branch off and do this whole universe where all these heroes are connected. He probably would have did his story different, or he probably wouldn't have did it at all. Because it's hard to say that, because it's funny. The Dark Knight came out 2008. Iron Man came out 2008. That's when they started their universe. Who knows what could have happened, you know? But like I said, I do agree with you. They should have just started with the main trilogy first, and then did Justice League. They should have did it like that. Those three movies would have been successful if they would have did them singly like that. Do it like that, and they obviously do end credit scenes and show hints of those other movies. Mm-hmm. But like that's neither here or there. That's in the past. Like I said, I always look at that meme. I look at that meme almost every day where Patrick shows. You've seen an episode where like something happened with Bikini Body or Bikini Bottom, and he's like, we should take Bikini Bottom and push it somewhere else. And he said that meme says we should just take the DC animator creators and put them in live action. And I totally agree, because they know how to make epic DC stories. They do. They really do. It pisses me off as a DC fan, and knowing like we have all these DC animated creators that makes these great animated films that you can't even bring even just one or a couple people as being, not even being producers, being consultants on these films, and give you guys insight on how to make great stories. You know?
Because with the animated movies, as far as Marvel and DC are concerned,
DC has them in the bag.
There is no question.
I only have one Marvel animated movie. You know what that is?
What?
Planet Hulk. That's the only.
We just watched that too.
That's the only animated Marvel movie
that.
I only have. That's the only one I have, and I ain't gonna lie, that is fantastic. But
I did like Hulk versus. I like Hulk versus.
Yeah, that's an Avengers base. What? Wolverine,
Yeah.
Thor. Okay, but that thing, Hulk is easy. That's easy to do animated. But like any other, I can't name.
It was just okay.
I can't
It was
name.
just okay.
I can't name any Marvel animated movie on top of my hand. I can't.
I mean, I've seen most of them, so I can. But like, all right, take Ultimate Avengers for instance. Ultimate Avengers and the live action Avengers movie, they the same movie.
Yeah.
It's the same plot.
Mm-hmm.
Even the DC joint, Justice League War.
Right.
Justice League War, Ultimate Avengers, and the first Avenger movie had the exact same plot. But Ultimate Avengers, which came out well before either one of those movies, it didn't execute it well.
Mm.
Like it felt boring,
Mm.
and it didn't feel adult.
It didn't feel like they had stakes either.
Yeah, I got the stakes were there, but it felt it just felt like I was watching a
Kids
movie.
TV show.
With DC, I don't feel that way.
No.
They have what 30 plus movies.
Yeah, it's a lot. They have at least like 35. And they still releasing.
And the thing is, they've released those movies. They've released 30 plus movies in less than 20 years.
Yes.
It's probably only been like 15. Yeah, it's probably not even been over 15.
So if you want to start from the animated series, like for Batman.
I'm talking about like officially in the DC animated universe, because they made animated movies that were outside of the.
Right.
I think the first one was it Public Enemies? It was either Public Enemies or Superman, Batman, Apocalypse. One of those two was the first one, and then they had 30 plus movies
After that.
Yeah. And out of those movies, I can only count maybe 3 that I didn't like. That's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
30 movies and 3 that I don't like.
Yeah.
You got a winning formula.
Yeah.
Just use it.
Yeah. That's why I said I don't understand, but that's why I feel like they don't. That's why I say I feel like they'll be. I'm not being disrespectful. Like they be up their asses sometimes when it comes to these live action movies. They be feeling like they be. Oh, we got it. It's okay, you know. Or they be. I like to call them very reaction heavy. Like, okay, when something happens, okay, we gotta change this. Oh shit, hold on. Guardians is a success. We gotta make Suicide Squad like that.
They're
they
reactive.
like that.
They're not proactive.
Right. They like to, okay, we need to do it like this as they do it like this. Then why ain't y'all just do that in the first place? I mean, we see that Marvel has did all this. It's funny because Man of Steel came out in 2011. They see that Marvel has been successful with most of these films, and then Avengers comes out, and you think, okay, our movie comes out a year before. Well, no. When did Man of Steel came out? 2011, right? 13. See, that's even after the Avengers. So you guys got to see the success from the first phase of Marvel, and you started with Superman, and you don't pick up after that with Batman just being on his own, not even fighting Superman. Like y'all could have waited to do that. They could have waited to have Batman fight Superman.
They had a good like with Man of Steel.
They should have did Man of Steel 2, BVS, then Wonder Woman, and then Justice League.
They had a good cornerstone with Man of Steel, and they could have built the rest of their foundation around Man of Steel. Which I mean, they kind of did, but they just. BVS had too many storylines.
They rushed it. Like I said, they rushed it.
Yeah.
They did the like, so I'm glad they stopped with Amazing Spider-Man, because Amazing Spider-Man had that same problem. They felt like they were trying to put so much in.
Too many storylines in Amazing Spider-Man too.
Okay, we're gonna make a whole universe. Even though I think Spider-Man do deserve his own universe, same as Batman, but it's like you can't fault it just on one film. You have to at least release 3 first.
And Sony is rectifying themselves with that, because they're doing the same thing they did with Amazing Spider-Man. They're going to make a Sinister Six movie.
That's true.
Because they've already planted the seeds with Vulture and Scorpion.
Yeah, when they're in prison together, right?
Yeah. So I think Vulture is gonna be like what's the word?
And I think
he's gonna be a part of the Sinister Six unwillingly.
Yeah.
because he obviously didn't give up Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because you know he saved his life.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think I don't think that they're gonna do the Sinister Six without him.
No, I don't think. We
I
still haven't got Oscar yet, so we're definitely not gonna get it. Cause I think
Yeah.
Norman Oscar is gonna be ahead of Sinister Six,
Yeah.
and we still didn't get what Doc Ock yet. I mean, I really do think they need to bring him
Craven.
too, and we didn't get Craven.
Yeah.
But they can easily just switch out the Sinister Six. I mean,
The Sinister Six roster
we still don't know who's
always
gonna.
changes.
We still don't know who's gonna be a villain in this movie. I really think Mysterio's gonna be the next villain. We still haven't seen it. Either him or Chameleon. I really want those two on the screen. See them on the big screen.
Yeah.
We've never seen them before. And it's funny because I watched the first Amazing Spider-Man. You remember the guy with the hat? I always thought that was Mysterio.
Yeah.
Because he always had scenes where he was there and he would disappear and not be gone.
Yeah,
Like, okay, that's Mysterio.
Yeah,
but they never pushed for that. You know, they just called him the guy in the hat. They never called him Mysterio.
Right.
So like I said, with all this comic book stuff, it can go either way. I really, like I said, you can call me a Marvel fanboy, but they did it right. They're 19.
No, that's undeniable. They did it right.
They're 19 or they're 20 movies in now. There's 20 movies now because Ant-Man just came out. We can talk about that after that. Cause I want to know your ranking where you put Ant-Man and Wasp now and your.
Man, I ain't even do it.
You haven't do it yet.
I didn't even do it.
I think I put it in the middle. Like I think I
Yeah,
put
it's not in my top 10, but it's not at the bottom, so it's probably gonna be in the middle.
It'll probably be in the lower half because I think I like the first Ant-Man better than the second than Ant-Man and the Wasp. Now looking over it, 'cause I watched it again. I said, there are certain things I probably this probably won't be the one I'll be willing to watch again, but I could watch the first Ant-Man and watch it again, like on hand.
Back to back.
Yeah, I can watch that one like back to back. Maybe I don't know. Maybe within watching it in order of all the films, and maybe watching that before Infinity War, maybe that will have me feel better. Cause it's hard to say, cause that takes place kind of in the same time as Infinity War.
You know what?
Spoiler alert.
As far as the Marvel movies go, as much as I love them, there's only a handful that I can watch.
Over again, that's I can give you that. I probably can give you 5.
I was about to say they 20 films in. I could probably watch 5 or 6 back to back.
Always, like I said, the last 2 Captain America films will definitely be 2 I can watch over again. I will see all the Avenger films. Besides Age of Ultron,
I can watch that. I like that movie better than most people.
Me too. But like I said, if I had to choose between all 3, that wouldn't be the one I would take out. Like if I had to choose 2 out of 3, that would be the one I would take out. But I don't know. Maybe it might be the first one though, because maybe like them learning everything, and maybe the second one. The Age of Ultron has that thing where they know each other, so when they do things, it's more epic because they know each other now.
Yeah, I thought that Age of Ultron looked better.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it felt like I always tell everybody like the first Avengers is basically a pilot. It looks like a pilot. It looks like a TV show. But it's funny because Joss Whedon is a TV show.
He's a TV director.
He's a TV director, so that's why. So but like I said, it looks like it's like one episode of Serenity. That's how it looks, and or it looks like one episode of Firefly.
But no, you're right. It does look like, because Serenity looked the same way. Serenity obviously looked better than Firefly, but it definitely
looked like a TV show on a higher budget.
Yes, exactly.
And with Age of Ultron, obviously they got more money.
You know what it felt like? You know what it felt like? It felt like a movie that's on Netflix.
Yeah. Talking about the first Avengers, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they definitely did. But with a bigger budget.
With
a bigger budget.
The way it looked, it felt like a Netflix joint.
Yep. It's funny because I remember watching, I'm like, I was all into the widescreen aspect, and I'm like, it's the 1.85 aspect. Why is it that? Why is it like that?
It's flat.
And then obviously when the second video they had the 235.1 aspect, so now it looks like a movie. Now it looks like a big budget movie.
Yeah.
Cause I remember
I said,
I was to widescreen, bro. If it was not widescreen, I did not want to watch it.
I'm the same way.
I don't care. People don't like the black bars. I don't go fuck. You see the whole picture. People like, you don't see the whole picture. I'm like, bro,
you do.
Go to the theater. That's the widescreen aspect, you dummy. The camera isn't panning in a theater. It's staying still because you're seeing the whole frame.
Right.
Now, IMAX is different. Like when you watch Dark Knight and you watch it on Blu-ray, you see the black bars go because that's the whole. It is the whole screen. It's funny because when I watched Dark Knight on DVD, I had the full screen version. he filmed most of that. Well, most of the big budget scenes on IMAX. The camera doesn't pan, so most of those shots don't pan. Like it don't pan like it's on widescreen because he shot most of it. Well, not most of it, but like at least a third of it in IMAX. But same with Dark Knight Rises. Dark Knight Rises was filmed almost all IMAX. So like most of those shots on the wide shots, the camera ain't gonna pan because that's gonna be the full. That's the full screen. But yeah, I agree with you. But then it's funny. While I watched Avengers 3, it kind of looks like Civil War. Like the color palette, it's got that gray. Like I don't know. Maybe it was the copy I bought. That's why I'm ready to buy it. That's why I'm glad I bought the 4K. So I want to know what the 4K looks like.
I felt differently, but I felt like Infinity War was its own thing.
Yeah.
Like it's, as far as like visually, like it was.
It felt like it was on its own thing. Yeah.
Yeah, because I out of all the Marvel movies, I thought Infinity War
was the best looking one. I definitely do agree with that. I definitely do agree with you. Yeah. Like I definitely do agree with you.
Especially the first battle.
Yeah, you're talking about on New York, right?
Yeah, that first battle looked great. What's next on the agenda?
I don't know what's next. I think we talked about everything we wanted to talk about. Any updates? I want to give a quick update. I'm gonna be uploading more gameplays. I gotta finish Detroit. Spider-Man's coming out soon. Obviously, I'll be playing that. I'll probably live stream the first hour of it and then upload the walkthrough part. Telltale Walking Dead's coming out. I'm gonna be doing a walkthrough on that. Me and Myron are gonna be trying to revitalize shoes. We're gonna be doing shoe videos. Recreating, basically refixing shoes. He bought like this shoe. I can't even say the name.
Shoe revitalizing.
Yeah. And we're gonna be renovating shoes over, and
nice.
Gonna be doing that. We're gonna be this. I'm gonna try to do as much as I can because I obviously got 2 jobs, but it's hard for me to do. Like I'm literally just I'm literally playing games at like 12 o'clock at night and editing them at that time.
Also, we're gonna try to bring you higher quality videos.
Yes.
It's difficult for us for him to edit. I work a first shift job, so
our schedules don't mesh.
Yeah.
We work at the same job, but I work second shift, he work first shift.
Right.
So we can't really do it,
I only have one job. Although I have a kid, I still have a little bit more free time than he has. So hopefully what we can do is he'll shoot and I'll edit.
Yep.
So hopefully that'll work.
Yeah, one thing we probably gonna come up with the money to get obviously better equipment to do that stuff too, because we obviously need that stuff. Like my laptop doesn't have enough space to do that, so what we'll do is we'll get better equipment so we can get better lighting and stuff like that. I'm literally doing this on a budget. I'm doing this for just so I can do it. Just because it's fun. Because we always talk about this stuff and we're like, man, we might as well be on camera doing it. So you guys can see it. So we're gonna be trying to give you guys better content. Like I say, even with my videos that I put on YouTube, I'm gonna try to do better. Obviously, give you guys better content. Try to be more reactive with you guys. Cause when I'm uploading my gameplay, I feel like I don't be reactive enough. But like most of the games, they're not really reactatory. Like with Detroit, that's not really a reactive game. That's more of a slow. It's a story game. So mostly you're just listening to audio. I'm observing, right? So. They got a couple of jump scares. Like, there's a scene where, like, you're playing as Marcus and you're inside, like, the submarine or something. And, like, a character literally runs past the screen. It's supposed to be, like, a jump scare. Like, oh, I guess you guys are trying to be scary, huh? They're trying to be like Resident Evil a little bit, huh? I guess you guys are trying to be scary. But, yeah, we're trying to, I want to do more vlogs.
Speaking of Resident Evil 4.
The game?
Yeah.
You played it?
No, like, aren't they remastering it?
No, that's Resident Evil 2.
2?
Yeah, but it looks amazing.
Was it 2?
Yeah, because Leon is in 2.
I'm tripping. Well, whatever.
But it's funny they didn't remaster 4, but they
completely remade the game.
Yeah, I really want them to do that with 4. I think 4 needs to be the next one. Because if they do that, I will definitely be buying it.
Yeah.
Because they released a version of it, but it's not the remastered version. It's basically the PS3 version. So it's like, it's not, the graphics are just, they're touch-ups. They're not like fully enhanced. But this game right here that they're releasing is basically a new game. It felt like Capcom when they said, "Oh yeah, we can just do this whole."
Basically, what they're doing, what they did with Crash Bandicoot.
Yep.
It's the same
and
game.
Spyro.
Yeah, they're doing that with Spyro too. It's the same game
They
but
just redid the whole thing over in HD.
they made it from scratch.
And it's funny they did the same thing with the first Resident Evil game. Cause the new version that they have now is more HD, but it's not like obviously PS4 graphics, but it's more HD to fit what we play now. And it's funny they released those on PlayStation Plus. Like I think I got those now. I got that. I got the first one. I got the fifth one.
Right. I hope in years to come they do that with the first two Arkham games.
Yeah.
That would
it's funny because you can't count the Return of Arkham as really as remasters.
No, you can. Because
but it's hard to say because those came from PS3. So like Resident Evil 2 is PS1.
Yeah, but they look better. Return to Arkham, especially with Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, because that's the one big change.
Yeah, because that was in the early days of
2008.
Yeah, that was in the early days of PS3 and Xbox 360.
First 2 years.
Yeah,
first 2 years.
So that
I still remember the first trailer for that game. When you see fucking that's not Bane. I'm thinking of.
I can't remember
the big epic boss at the end. You know the intro when they show the big fucking lizard dude. I forgot what his name is.
Killer Croc.
Killer Croc. Is that Killer Croc? Yeah. He looked extra big.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's Killer Croc. They showed Killer Croc at the end of the trailer. That was a long time ago.
I thought. Yeah. I was. Wow, I was a freshman in college when that.
I didn't have a PS3 at that point. I got my PS3.
Man, that was a long time ago. I was 18, bro.
I got my PS3 late. So
I was 18.
I didn't play that game in the first.
I'm knocking on 30's door, man. That was a long time ago.
2008.
2008. I was 18.
10 years ago. I was only 15. I was just now getting into high school.
Oh yeah! Happy 10-year anniversary to the greatest movie ever.
Dark Knight, bro. Even though it just passed though, but
yeah,
Christopher Nolan just had a birthday. Yeah, like 2 days ago.
What's up? Happy birthday, man.
It's funny because the one movie I'm missing from him is two movies. Mm-hmm. It's a movie called The Following. People don't know he directed that, but it's like a very older film. Mm-hmm. But The Prestige, I don't have that on Blu-ray yet.
I have that.
I can't find it.
Really?
I haven't seen it. No CD game shit. I've searched.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know why. It's very upsetting.
Yeah.
But that's the one I'm missing. No, I don't have Dunkirk yet.
I don't have Dunkirk either.
I want to buy the 4K of that.
Yeah, I don't. It's a few I don't have. I don't have Following. I don't have Dunkirk. I don't have.
Let me guess.
Memento.
Yeah, I know. That's the one I'm about to pop up.
That's
probably the only one you really missing.
That's probably
the only missing. You obviously.
That's the one I want the most.
You obviously have Inception. You have the Dark Knight trilogy. You have Insomnia.
I don't have Insomnia.
That's the one too.
Memento is probably the one I want the most, but.
Yep, that's the one. That's the first one I bought outside of everything else. So I already had Inception.
Yeah.
Like, I count those in the new age of Christopher Nolan, but this is like the very first starting Christopher Nolan. Like that and Insomnia, those are very different. You look at those styles, the way he directed is different from now. Like all his movies kind of look the same. Obviously, yeah, he keep the same director of photography because all his films kind of look the same.
You're right. Yeah.
Like from Dark Knight up to till now, his movies all look the same. You know it's a Christopher Nolan film.
I was just getting ready to say that. The Dark Knight was the first one that looked the way it looked.
Yep.
Oh man,
that's Christopher Nolan.
It's undeniable. He has an undeniable style, and I love that. Like as soon as the image hits the screen, you know that's a Christopher Nolan movie.
Mm-hmm. That's when I first saw Dunkirk, and then it didn't hit that Tom Hardy's like, oh yeah, it's a Christopher Nolan movie because Tom Hardy's in it, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is definitely.
And if you notice, all his trailers start out the same. All his trailers start out in silence.
Yep, definitely. Because I think I don't think The Dark Knight Rises did. I think The Dark Knight Rises didn't start.
It did. Like it was a gradual build up, but when the trailer first hits, you don't hear anything.
That's true.
You just hear
Chris Nolan's just amazing.
Gary Oldman talking.
Yeah. I just think he's amazing. Yeah, I think if he keeps doing this, he will be the Spielberg of our age. He will be because regardless of people say about The Dark Knight Rises though, like he hasn't had a bad film.
I was just already saying that.
Like,
if The Dark Knight Rises is his
one,
if that's his worst one,
you're doing pretty good.
You're doing damn good, bro.
Pretty good. I'm very excited to see what his next thing is. I really want him to do a franchise film though. Like I really want him to do like a Bond film or something like that. I really want him to I like that he's doing his own project. I really admire him to do his own project, but I really want him to do a studio film. Like that's not really his style. Like it's different with Spielberg. Spielberg starts franchises. Like every movie he's done is a franchise. Like even from Jurassic Park, fucking like even Back to the Future he didn't direct it, but he feel like it's Steven Spielberg in it. Like
it definitely had the spirit of Spielberg.
Right, like he really starts franchises. You know, Indiana Jones, like
absolutely.
And then like you look at now, like that's why when I'm watching Ready Player One, like it feels like it's Spielberg, but I'm watching like this Spielberg, like he made this movie. It's kind of hard, like it just came on Blu-ray. I watched it, like he directed this movie. Like it's just crazy to think that he directed it, because it really, like, I don't know, it just, like, I know he directed it, and you definitely see a lot of Spielberg isms in this movie, especially when he does The Shining, because he obviously he's a big Stanley Kubrick fan. He loves that guy. He loves him to death. You can definitely tell, because the shots in The Shining where you see Parzival will look up and you see the fucking thing, that's the same shot from The Shining. When they're turning and about to walk into the hall, that's the same shot of when Jack Nicholson is walking. That's the same exact shot. And when they're walking into the main lobby, that's the same exact shot. So you know, it's like, oh yes, this is definitely Spielberg, because he is very pristine and precise of everything he does.
He's a connoisseur of cinematography.
Yep. And even like the race scene, there's no music. Something like a Spielberg would do. Shoot a whole race scene with not a bit of music. No, you don't hear nothing. You just hear the sound of the cars driving and the dialogue.
Yep.
I love that movie, bro.
Ready Player One is a great movie.
It's probably one of my favorites of the year, bro.
Definitely.
It's probably in my top 5, definitely.
Yeah, top three.
Definitely.
Let's see, of this year. Yeah, Black Panther.
Did you see Mission Impossible?
If any you will know. No.
Did you see the other ones though?
No, I haven't watched it.
Oh, you told me you haven't seen the newer ones, huh? You haven't seen any of the Mission Impossibles?
I saw the first 2 long time ago.
Damn.
So I may as well
right now. Seen them. You can literally start from. It's hard because each one goes through so much.
3,
especially in 3. Like.
So start from 3.
I would say start from 3. You cannot watch the first 2. Like I said, it's like kind of like jumping into a movie and hearing all the stories and not seeing what happened. But you can watch. Each movie has an individual story. They're not tied together. They're all not linked together. Even
I like that.
Even with like the newer ones, they're not linked together. So like, obviously there's current characters that come back, but they don't reference nothing from the other movies.
So it was 3, then
Ghost Protocol, and then Rogue Nation, and now Fallout.
Okay.
So like, but like I said, I can literally, even though Steph literally binge watched all of them, she watched every single Mission Impossible. I don't know why. I said, why'd you watch them? Like, I don't know, I just did. Like, I knew the new one was coming out, so I just watched it. She really watched all of them.
We did that with the Bourne movies. When Jason Bourne came out, we binge watched all the Bourne, except for
Bourne Legacy, because that didn't have Matt Damon in it. So you don't really have to watch that one. But like with Mission Impossible, you can literally.
I love those movies. The Bourne movies are so good.
You can literally start, like I said, you can start with Mission. That's why I think they good. People don't like Mission Impossible 3. I really do like Mission Impossible 3. It's not my favorite, obviously, but that's when it start getting good. It's funny because there's a big time skip. That one came out like 2006. Ghost Protocol came out like 2011 or something. It was so, like when it was coming out, I said, they making another, I was surprised, like they making another Mission Impossible movie? Like I had to go in the theater to see it. Because I didn't believe that they were making it. Like Tom Cruise is coming back in Mission Impossible, Ethan Hunt. Because I was a big fan of Mission Impossible when I was a big fan of those movies.
I remember, I think.
I didn't like the second one. The second one was a little over.
I think it was Mission Impossible 3. I remember seeing the trailer for that one. I think, wasn't that the one where he was running in the car there was an explosion behind him?
Yeah, and he jumps and
hit
hits
the car. He hit the car
that's the one shot they always show. I don't know why. That's not even, like you watching out like that ain't nothing.
Right.
Like why is that the big money shot?
Right.
Like you would think the big money shot. There's a scene where he's jumping off of it. He's repelling off a building. That's the big shot. The big shot is not, well maybe it's because he's running from a big plane. Yeah. And he's always running. So maybe that's why. But that's not your money shot. Because he's literally getting hurt like.
Alright, yeah, I agree. That's not a money shot, but back then
it wasn't.
That was
I guess 2006.
It looked great back then.
Yeah, and that one was directed by J.J. Abrams. I think that's his very. Well, it wasn't his first. Was his first studio film? I think that was like his first big studio film. I think he was doing producing stuff. I think he produced Cloverfield first. He was doing producing stuff, and then he directed Mission Impossible 3. But for his first film, to me it was pretty good. It was pretty good. You had Steven Spielberg, I think, was executive producer or something like that on it too. I think. So I wasn't upset. I mean, you had Philip Seymour Hoffman, I think that's his name. He was the villain. He wasn't a bad villain either. That one's basically Ethan Hunt was retired. I think he was retired. He was married and stuff. It's funny you see that one. Like you watch Mission Impossible and watch that one. It's a big tone shift because Mission Impossible 2 was kind of be like a James Bond film meets like because John Woo directed. You seen Face Off, right? Think of Face Off with Tom Cruise. A lot of doves in slow motion and stuff. That's basically what Mission Impossible 2 is. Yeah.
I can't see that.
Yeah, it's hilarious. There's a scene where
It sounds awkward.
it's a scene where, oh my god, I just watched the Nostalgia Critic do a review. It's so, bro, you gotta watch it, bro. Just look up Nostalgia Critic Mission Impossible 2. It's hilarious, bro. There's a scene where he's walking across a doorway. It's like it's flames and a dove just flies out. And he just walks past, like, look, and he just walks away. And they just carry on what they're doing. It's hilarious. And then, like, the next scene, like, there's another scene, he's, like, hiding, like being stealthy.
Yeah.
There's a dove sitting there, like, I am back. Like, I swear, he looks at the dove, like, nigga, really? I swear, it's hilarious, bruh. Like, I look back at it now, like, this was, like, 2002 or something like that. It was, like, 2001, 2002. I'm like, man, this is where we were at back then. Like, the Mission Impossible movies are so much better now. They really are, like Tom Cruise hanging off the tallest building in the world. It was something astonishing to look in theaters. Like watching that in IMAX was freaking incredible.
I still have yet to see it like a real. I've seen IMAX movies, but like I've seen like documentaries in IMAX. Yeah. I've yet to see a blockbuster film in IMAX. I need to watch. I need that.
It's hard to say. Like now, movies now, like it will say go see an IMAX. Like something like the Avengers, man. Obviously, we should want to go see an IMAX. But like something like that, like I think every Christopher Nolan movie needs to be seen in IMAX because obviously he shoots it on IMAX. So, but something like Mission Impossible.
I regret not seeing Interstellar.
Interstellar in IMAX.
I didn't even see it in theaters.
What, you seen it on Blu-ray?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
I
haven't seen it all the way through. I've seen the beginning. I just still haven't seen the rest of it yet.
Wait, what?
I still haven't seen it all the way through. And I own it too. I bought it and I said I'm about to watch it. And maybe it was the time. It was the time I watched it. Though. I watched it like it was a late night, so I told myself not to watch it. I said, let me not watch it now because I'm about to fall asleep. Cause I felt tired. I'm like, let me watch anything. I said, I haven't seen Interstellar yet, so I'm watching. I said, I feel tired. Let me stop because if I fall asleep, I'm gonna be really pissed.
Yeah. Interstellar is one of the only movies that I bought without seeing first, knowing that I was gonna like it.
Yeah.
It far surpassed my expectations. It is to this day my favorite science fiction film.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot of sex. There's a lot of science fiction.
A lot of science fiction film. I love. We both love Back to the Future.
Mm-hmm.
Jurassic Park, all that.
Yeah.
But like that. Yeah, that is definitely my favorite science fiction film. And like I said, I don't buy movies without seeing them first because I'm not about to spend this money on something I don't like.
Yes, that's what I've been doing.
The only other movie that I can think of right now that I've done that with is The Departed. That's the only.
Oh, you bought that without knowing you was gonna like it?
Yeah.
Wow. It's funny. I think I didn't buy it knowing I was gonna like it. I buy it hearing that it was a really good film, and I thought about Martin Scorsese, Matt Damon, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Mark Wahlberg, and Jack Nicholson. It can't be terrible. There's no way this movie is bad. There's no way. Because I think at this point in time, Leonardo DiCaprio was really trying to establish himself as, he's that nigga.
Yeah. And
so I'm like, okay, there's no way this movie can be bad. There's no way. Especially with Mark. And then,
you're right. He's started his.
That's when he started kind of pulling
ascension.
Because I think that came out like 2006.
Yeah.
But then came out Blood Diamond around that same time.
Yeah, I think his first one, his first movie like that was like The Aviator.
Yeah.
And then after that,
I like to say it's Catch Me If You Can. If you haven't seen that, you need to see it. It's hilarious. He's basically, it's not saying he's the same character from Wolf of Wall Street, but he's kind of playing like that. Like he's technically the villain. But he's like, you understand, like, okay, you're doing all these terrible things, but I still like you, like that. It's kind of like, but The Wolf of Wall Street is something totally different. But this is kind of the same thing. Like in that character, he's basically forging checks to get to where he wants to be, and he keeps faking being these characters to get where he wants to be. And he's this 17-year-old kid. It's hilarious. I really think you should see it. And it's funny because he looks so young. He kind of looks like straight out of Titanic. But I think that movie came out like 5 years after. That one came out in 2002, and Titanic was 97. So but he still looks the same. Like he looks that young. But that's when I say he really started really progressing as an actor. Because especially you got Steven Spielberg directing you, and you're acting alongside Tom Hanks. Yeah, you got a lot to shoot to fill. And I do really believe Aviator was that one that showed, he can be an Academy Award actor. And then he did what? Departed, Shutter Island, Blood Diamond, Inception. I really wish he should have been nominated for Inception. Then obviously he did Wolf of Wall Street, and then Django Unchained. People looked at Django Unchained too. Like, that was very unexpected. Then he did Wolf of Wall Street, then obviously The Revenant. He's doing something new. I forgot what it's called, but Quentin Tarantino is directing it with him and Brad Pitt. They're kind of doing like a murder. It's going to be not around the Manson murders, but it's like around that time period where it's like beginning of Hollywood and stuff like that. It sounds pretty good. It's kind of the cast is insane. Yo, the cast is insane. Like we're gonna talk about it now, but I'm gonna show you afterwards. Yeah. We're about to end it right here because like 5:36. He got to get going. He got to go do something. Well, we're about to end it right here. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Nerd Talk. We'll try to bring this more back because I miss talking with my nigga about movies and nerd stuff. I miss it because we always talk about it at work, but we gotta work. We can't just sit there and talk movies all day. We would. But hope you guys enjoyed it. Please slap the like button. Please subscribe for more. More Nerd Talk, more content on my channel will be coming in the future. More streams, more videos, more vlogs. I want to get more vlogs with this guy as well. When we're out just probably buying shit or anything like that. So hope you guys are ready for that. Please slap the like button. Please subscribe for more. And we are out. Listening to you guys. Peace.